Well,
right?
we're back to sitting while talking
Well,
here at Eating While Standing.
Yes,
And
yes.
as I figured out at concerts, you do stand while eating. It is what
yes.
you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
One hand for the nachos, one hand for the beer. You're just like diving. You're like, oh man. Okay, but okay. I want to get back to what you were just talking about. Why? Because you've had a very good point. Why are most health inspectors fucking female? Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't really see a lot.
Is
of
that a
dudes walking
lateral
there.
move up from lunch lady to health inspector?
I'll ask Vern when next time we see her.
Yeah. I don't know.
Vern, you're thinking of a career change.
Which is always
I know where
very
you can go
interesting
from
to
here.
me. I've always wanted to know just how they even get those jobs. Where are you at in your life to where you got that job? It almost feels like they had to work for a different government entity, and then they were like, "Hey, we'll give you a promotion if you go be a health inspector."
Like,
Where do you start at, man? We got to get a health inspector on here to answer some questions one time.
yeah.
Government.
Are any
I
of
would
them out
imagine.
there just
Like, it's
answer
all
these
about
questions?
compliance. It's about regulation.
Yes, but how do they get their job? How? Where do you even go, first off? Where do you apply for a health inspector at? I guess online?
Can you pull
I
up
Googled
a
that,
job
Yeah,
application?
Pull up a job application for a health inspector.
I would imagine, like many things, it's just very enticing. 'Cause
Yeah,
as
it's a government entity, but
Yeah.
it's no different than getting a job at the post office. But if I want a job at the post office, I know where to go. I wouldn't know where, like, they would I'm guessing City Hall.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know.
sure you'd probably
They don't
get
have their
somewhere
own
like that.
offices, do they? Have you ever been to a health inspection office? Or are they just like,
I mean, I'm seeing
where do they report
sites
to?
like Career 360, Zippa,
Okay,
LinkedIn,
okay.
Prospects.
But do they have an
Juby?
official webpage? Like, these are the people hiring them? Is it like a GoDaddy thing?
It looks like they
It's
probably
a GoDaddy
outsourced.
thing.
You know,
Like the government's
GoDaddy.
using
Just
GoDaddy to set up their fucking job
I don't
applications.
fucking know though, are they? They could be. Maybe that's
GoDaddy
where
is a
GoDaddy-
domain registrar. I don't think they do.
Well,
jobs.
maybe that's where health inspectors are registering their domain. Because where else are they at? Where are they at?
It's very possible. I'm not gonna. I can't comment.
Okay, so you can't find out if they have an office I can go visit?
Oh, I mean, like it would be.
They don't have a brick and mortar?
It would be a government.
Okay,
Building.
but where? Which one?
I imagine it
Depends
would
on
be.
the city. So
Yeah.
we'll do this. What county are we in right now?
Cherokee.
Cherokee, or actually, what city are we in? We're in
Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the Woodstock fellows.
Woo.
Okay.
Sorry, I just
I think that was a little inappropriate, but we'll accept it this time.
whatever, man. You live an hour away from me, okay?
I am sorry. But I got pretty good living out here, you know?
You do. But okay, but that still doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, why are most like health inspectors like females? What
Or women, like I don't.
why are not that many dudes or any dudes going after this job?
I'm sure there are. I just don't know why I never got one.
Yeah, I haven't got one either. I mean,
Well,
Like it's
gotten
just
a job?
confusing.
trying to think.
No, like,
not even came across one.
Like I've never
Like
gotten
a male health inspector come in and inspect the restaurants.
Yeah, I've never seen a male health inspector come in.
Yeah.
And it's
Have you,
really
how
weird.
many health
It tripped
inspectors
me up.
have you had to deal with, Curtis?
I've
'Cause
seen a couple.
You've seen a
Like,
couple, but you don't really deal
over
with them.
10
huh?
years. It's not been very many.
Yeah, they kind of send you away. The bartenders away. The bartenders usually aren't even there, except for like lunch bartenders.
I mean, every time that I've worked, bartenders were there, but we talked about this at one point. They come
Yeah.
in,
Well,
You
tell us
usher 'em
about
to the
it.
back.
It's you.
and if we have, at least everywhere I've worked, the protocol has been
Yes.
Get rid of them.
No.
kindly direct the health inspector
Yeah.
to the kitchen immediately,
Yes.
and then if you have any fruit up front, even if it's dated, just throw it all away.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
Yeah.
Any juices, throw them away. Just throw
Yep.
everything away.
Yeah.
Get rid of
Oh.
everything.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
There you go.
Because I'm sure kitchen would do the same thing for front if they could. They'd be like, let me direct you to
Yeah.
our lovely bar. Just check all the labels, do all the stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Health
Yep.
inspectors are always so hard to please. Also, that's the craziest thing. They all are
It-
so
some-
hard
it depends
to
on
please.
which
Depends
ones you
on which
get.
ones you get. I've had some
Yes.
pretty chill ones that are like walk in, like they'll see the towel on like the prep on the like,
Uh-huh.
prep surface or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and they won't take the points off. They'll be like, "I get it. You probably
good
put
Lord.
that down, you turned around, and now you're about to pick it up and use it
Yes.
again."
but still fix it.
Yeah, but they're not going to take the points off.
It just feels like my mom coming through my room when I was a kid and being like, "Oh, you left one dirty sock on the fucking floor." Like, Mom, out of everything that I did right, you're gonna point out that.
yeah, It's like
But-
it's like this weird hallucination thing that goes on, you know. It's
Yeah.
like when like these like, you know, those really anal people that are like love everything to be super clean. They'll walk in, they'll see like that one sock, but like in their eyes, it's like a giant pile of clothes, and
Yeah.
like the whole place is like this mess. And it's like,
I feel like that's how
oh
health
my
inspectors
God.
Health inspectors are just helicopter moms.
I mean, that's the entire job is to scrutinize.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is their
But-
job.
It's to scrutinize with reasonableness, I think.
I don't know
And
if they teach that.
Yeah, I know. That's how it's very hard to teach.
I don't know if they do.
Some of
And it's
them
like-
have a pretty decent moral, like, you know, solid moral
Yes,
background, you know?
yes.
So they'll walk in with understanding, knowing that it's
Yes.
like, I know what the rules are. Unless you're doing something so grievous that I understand that this needs to change now or I'm
Yes.
shutting you down. Most of the time, I have had a lot of good experiences with that. But there are those that come out of the gate just like, nope,
Yep.
I am completely rule. Like, everything has to be by the book. Everything has to be done the right way. And so it's like they walk in, and next thing you know, it's like you walk in from the outside and you didn't wash your hands immediately or something like that. Like you went to go like, you know, grab something out of the walk-in in a tub or something. And they're like, oh my God, you didn't wash your hands. Oh, that's 10 points off. Oh, it's like, okay, I get it. All right.
I'm
Yeah.
turning you down, sir.
I'm sorry. Is this too close? Do I need?
And you
I-
might
I
be able
just-
to back up.
I
a
wasn't
little bit.
prepared for you to start yelling.
Ooh.
Getting so passionate. No, it's fine.
I do. I
It's
love
fine.
it.
That's
I'll-
fine.
I'll-
Just
I
so
can deal with it.
intense. It's part of having all the voices in my head.
I forgot I told you to get animated. Now you are holding true.
You get to finally see me be me, okay?
There you go.
You
Well,
can't handle this.
I
You can't handle the truth.
think I can.
You've handled it.
I've handled it.
It takes two hands,
Yeah.
but you can handle it.
Yeah, some health inspectors are really cool, you know what I'm saying? They are more of, yeah, I understand that this is a problem or fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the ones that are just like, oh, you didn't do this. Or I hate contradicting ones, you know? Like it's one time you get this one, the next time you get this one. Like, have you ever heard this rule? And I've only heard this from like one or two health inspectors, but the other ones are like, no, it doesn't really matter. But I'm torn between it also. But like, say you have plates on the top shelf
Mm-hmm.
and there's no shelving above it. Which way do you face those plates? Do you stack them like upside down or right side up?
Upside down, right? I would think.
You would think that, but most places don't do that.
Uh huh.
Most places it's supposed to be like just like your
don't do
glassware.
that.
It should be upside down because
Yes.
you can't risk anything flying into
Yes.
the cup. You
Falling
can't risk like you don't want
or
dust
Yeah.
onto that.
accumulation.
Yes.
Anything like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
That just seems like the logical
Yes.
thing to do.
But here's the thing that cracks me up though. So they say that on the top shelf it is supposed to be upside down, but underneath it has a shelf above it. It can be right side up. Now explain that to me. How two different ceilings are gonna do anything else? Because if you, Zach, you've cleaned underneath your heat lamps and underneath your like shelvings and whatnot, that gets just as dirty as the ceiling would. But the ceiling has more space between that, so there's more of a chance of like it falling and missing. But I don't know. See what I mean?
But
Very
dust accumulates
contradicting.
even in those areas. Like how many times you've been like at home or something like that, and you notice
Yes.
dust accumulate like
Yes.
in like on the second shelf of like whatever you have at home. It's like
Yeah.
it's still gonna do it.
Yeah.
I've been at restaurants to where it's like they just pick and choose what's going to be left face up and face down.
Yeah.
I'm a face down person. I think that everything should be turned upside down because, like Curtis said, you know what I'm saying? It does. It has a potential of dust falling in. If it falls on the bottom of it, no one cares. Wipe it off before you use it. Of
Do you do
course.
face down, ass up, or
Yes.
just face down,
Of
ass
Of course,
up?
face down, ass up. I mean, that's my favorite, right? That's my go-to.
Yeah.
That's the go-to.
I didn't want to know that.
Now you can visualize it.
I don't want to.
Visualize it.
This is basically therapy.
Think about
Let's
it.
get those feelings out. Let's
It's
talk.
like this.
about it.
Yeah, Zach, face your fears.
Yep.
Face your fears. Sean's sex
Face 'em.
life. So-
Yep.
I'm more afraid of your sex life, to be honest with you.
Don't be.
What,
It doesn't exist anymore.
non-existing? I know.
I'm
You're afraid
afraid-
of something
Don't worry.
non-existing? It's
I'm
like
just as
space.
scared of
There's
not existing. Okay, I am just as scared of that. Like
Yeah.
the fear of death and just not existing anymore is a real thing.
This whole podcast is a personal existential crisis.
It is.
To get his identity out to as many people as possible.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is my Tinder.
It's gonna be a full 180. You're not gonna know what to do with yourself.
Right.
You have so many people coming at
Zach, do you remember back in the day when they had those video dating?
Oh my God, yes.
That's what
yes.
this is.
You like go to the mall and then you would
Yes.
like go sit at some freaking
Yes.
like in front of like just like this and just like and just start talking about yourself.
Talk about yourself and your likes and your dislikes. This is the equivalent of the modern day
God.
video dating.
you.
Any of those out there, you can date yourself right now. You'll understand that's how old you are if you know what video dating is. If you don't know what video dating is, it's basically this.
Yes. It was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we
Except you don't usually get on there and
Yes.
just start talking about health inspectors.
Yes. No.
Just
Well,
be
you
like,
could.
oh wow, this guy really gets me. Oh wow. Turns out it's a health inspector.
I'm here to check all your nooks and crannies.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Do it.
baseboards.
Just taking fingers. That's not clean.
Not clean.
No. You better start scrubbing.
I've
Yeah.
been in a depressive spiral. Trust me, it's definitely not clean.
Why is that always the hardest with employees too? Is like when you make them do a deep cleaning, then all you have to do is like wipe it down every night. But no one seems to like
It's
really do that. Not at
No,
all
really.
restaurants. Some
No.
and a lot of them, yes, you know what I'm saying. But there's those few that like you just can't get it through those employees' heads. It's like it's easier to wipe down than to wait 4
Mhm.
or 5 days and then scrub it down.
yeah, because you could avoid a lot of
Yes.
damage from an inspection that way. Because
Yes.
if you just maintain,
Just
things
maintain.
change.
I want to get
Just
my
maintain.
hands on like a Chick-fil-A cleaning list, and then whatever their cleaning list is, just implement that in every restaurant. I guarantee
can
their
imagine.
cleaning list is fucking
It's got to be.
Yeah.
next to godly.
Weren't we just talking about it? Because we were in line at the Chick-fil-A today. And we were like, what if they
Yep.
turned like this whole like covered lane into a car wash?
Yeah.
Oh,
you get on the
hell
covered
no.
lane. They take your order. They start scrubbing your hood and clean your
Oh,
windshield
man.
and have a good day.
That's a great idea. though.
They have a vent
How
going
come
from the
no one
fried
has
chicken
done
fryer
that?
to your car, so you get like
To
a
where
nice.
that's just an extra option, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll open a car wash right next to a Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or anything like that. But why has no one ever been like, hey, let me take up one of your lanes and they could pay extra and then you also chip off them some of the money also.
You are.
They still take your order. They just
Yeah.
give you- they
Yeah,
still,
the time you'd be waiting in line. I mean,
Yeah.
automated car
the
washes
car
take
wash
2 to 3 minutes.
empties out into the Chick-fil-A line.
Yes.
Oh.
That would be epic right
Epic.
there.
You order your food.
Clean car directly into the line.
Yeah. Yeah. You order your food and you pick what car wash it is. You go through your car wash. By the time the 2 or 3 minutes for the car wash is done, you're picking up your food.
Hell yeah. Dude, I
And
think
it's only an option if you don't need your car
if you
wash.
do
you
this
can go in the dry
Chick-fil-A,
one.
if you
Yes.
do this, you
Remember,
owe
just a shout
us
out,
money.
right?
You
Just
owe
a
all
shout-
3 of us
I don't know
money.
about money. Yeah, I ain't saying that. You
I don't
owe
want
me
money
no
from
I
you.
don't want money. Just give me a shout out.
saying it's
you know what
our
I'm saying?
idea,
Yeah,
okay?
I just
that's
want
it.
Chick-fil-A.
And I'm broke
Inspired
shit, so
by-
I want that.
You know what I'm saying? Put some advertisement inspired by Eating While Standing podcast.
Here you go.
That's all we want.
This car wash, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sitting
I
while
don't-
washing.
I don't
There
think
you go.
intellectual
if
property
any
works that
fast
way.
food restaurant wants to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not exclusive to Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, like all of them, Taco Bell.
I know, but I'm just saying Chick-fil-A has been renovating a lot of their stores lately.
Yeah.
It's like, would it be
Yeah.
there too much ass to install a car wash before you get in?
Right.
I don't think Taco
I don't
Bell.
think so.
I don't think Taco Bell or Chipotle could do it.
I don't think so because when you pull out of those drive-throughs, usually there's a mess.
Not only that, like it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense the outside of your car to be nice when you're gonna diarrhea inside it. Anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, wow. All right.
Fuck Taco
I don't-
Bell. It's disgusting.
I agree with you.
I mean,
you
it's
know,
good.
but
It's good. It just it paints your
Yes.
insides a whole
Yes.
nother color. I don't
Yes.
want to know what it is.
I'm
Yeah,
I've
but
just had
wondering-
so many bad experiences with Taco Bell.
I've guessed,
but
I'm
only
gonna
after the
guess
fact.
you've
It's
shit in your
delicious in
car,
the
though,
moment.
At least one point.
That's where I live, though. I live in the moment, so that's why I like Taco
In the
Bell.
moment.
So it's like the moment I love you, Taco Bell. Then maybe a couple hours later, I'm like, I hate my life.
You're just
It's
hunched
that-
over.
It's that post burrito clarity instead of the post nut.
Yes,
Yeah,
the post
Post
burrito
burrito
clarity.
clarity. That's very true. It's very
I
true.
shouldn't
Ah.
have gotten the bean burrito.
Yeah, that chalupa.
Yeah, I'm
black
sorry,
bean
Taco Bell.
chalupa.
It's my fault if I choose to eat there. It's not your fault.
All right, it is.
You
it
have
is.
you've been pretty straightforward with
I'm
your
pretty
customers.
sure all patrons of Taco Bell understand.
They know what they're
exactly.
going in
They
for.
know
You're right.
exactly. They're not having a clear moment, and they will.
But they always
Okay.
pass their health inspections.
Quesalupas.
That is
They
very
do.
true.
I mean, like these places are still super freaking stupid clean.
Yeah, it's very
Mm.
true.
There's like the odd one here and there, but you know when you walk in,
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm not ordering here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
can
is
always
this
find
is the
those.
one like franchise. You look in the back. There's
You
a
ever
mop bucket
read,
that's sitting there. You look back 5 minutes later, it's still sitting there. You see like waves wafting up from it.
You ever
There's
walk
something
into
on here.
restaurants and read their health inspections?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to always
I-
read and see what they did get in trouble for, because
I think
it
that's
may be a 93 on there, but if
Empty
you
paper
read
towel
it,
holder.
Yep.
Shit.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's why it's important to read them, not to just go by the score. Because you can walk in there and somebody could have a C, but it'll be for like empty paper towel holders. Somebody didn't do
Having a
this.
cup
Somebody
on the
made a
line.
mistake. A cup on the line. And those points just add up. And once they deduct those points, then
Yeah.
you're at a C. It's not that you're a bad restaurant. It's
No.
just that you have not even maybe untrained. There we go. Shout out to the training episode. See? That's another thing about training. You know, you got to train for health inspections.
Yeah.
I think that is very. Have fire drills.
Do
You ever
some
do
drill
a fire
work.
drill?
Yeah, no, we did.
Oh my God, it's so much fun when you're involved in the fire drill and not the one on the other side, and not knowing that it's a fake fire drill, like it's a fake ass. Because like chefs have come in and got me, like health inspectors here, get on your shit, and you're like, oh my God, you're panicking, you're like fucking starting to check everything. You're like, did I do this? Did I do that? Okay, I did this. You're looking all around. They're like, just wanted to see where you were. But on the other hand, when you get to go in and you get to tell somebody, all right, everybody, hell, health inspector's here, and you know, and you're just watching everybody freak the fuck out, it's a pretty cool feeling. Just try it one time. If you haven't tried it, just try it. And any employee can do this shit. That's a good prank one. Yeah, I'm going to give shout outs to all old episodes. These are good ones. Health inspections can be training moments and prank opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
But they're also they really are.
Don't
great
abuse
training
that though. 'Cause
Don't
they will not
abuse it,
believe
though.
you
You
the
can't
next time it
cry wolf.
happens.
You can't cry wolf too many times.
Well, it is good for like doing it on a normal basis, like training people and doing things like that,
Yes.
because it shows you where the holes are and why
Yes.
everybody's panicking and why they're doing this. And it's like,
Absolutely.
why are you panicking? If that should have
Yeah.
already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It doesn't
what's
matter.
wrong?
You still panic every time.
Oh, obviously,
I
you're
don't
always
think
gonna panic because you don't
yeah.
know who you're gonna
Yeah,
get.
yeah,
You don't know if you're gonna
yeah.
get that strict asshole
Yeah.
or if you're gonna be the cool
Yeah.
guy.
you shouldn't be
yeah.
running around like, what should I do? What should I do? You should know what to do.
Yeah.
Or a cool lady, because again,
Yeah.
there's not many guys out there, so you can be a cool guy, lady.
I wonder if
Yeah,
the health
lady.
inspector comes in and that happens. It's almost like a John Wick moment. She walks in and it's just everyone's like shit's flying around. People are just slow motion, just yes, it all. And they're just It's like as you look, shit gets fixed. What?
Yeah, that does
Good.
happen a lot. Like when they have their back turned or something, and it's just like you have somebody behind them, just like get that fucking. All right, awesome. Put the fucking shit away. Hold on. Take this.
Got it.
That would be a
Outta
great
here.
video.
It's
Choreograph
like a
the fuck
prison
out of it.
shank
Do it all in slow
sometimes,
motion.
like passing prison shanks. Like,
Yeah.
get rid of this.
Uh,
She didn't see that, right? Or it's like, hey, take this and put this over here.
Oh,
oh, dude. When bartenders would put like wine bottles or stuff that shouldn't be in the ice well that you're using for drinks in the
yeah,
ice
that's
well.
a big no-no.
Whoop, nope, pull that out. What is that doing in
Uh-huh.
there? You know better.
Get out of here. Get outta
It's just
here.
like everything's fine.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they
We did
come in,
nothing illegal.
You got 3 people behind the bar. All of a sudden, you just got me.
Or you ever see something, you're like, I hope this person doesn't see that also. You're like, oh,
No,
I see
yeah.
it.
You
And now it's too late. You just gotta like try to distract them. You ever distract the health inspector?
Mhm.
Hey, I love this shirt you're wearing today. Oh, Kettle One?
Kettle
you
One.
drink Kettle? That's my favorite. Let me get you one. You want a Kettle? Oh, you're on the job. That's right. No. But next time you're in the restaurant, you know, saying
come
your meal's
on
on
in.
me. Don't worry about it.
No,
you
I
know?
usually would, whenever I had to do it, like, and if I saw something and I saw everybody panicking behind her, I would always be like, I would just talk to them about our
Oh, yeah.
like our temps and our training and everything like that.
Yep.
Just keep her eyes on me and
Keep
just be
her
like, I'm
eyes
trying.
on
I'm
you.
like, so I'm still talking about the job. I'm not buttering you up. It doesn't
Nope.
seem stupid, and it's just like the entire time behind her is just complete chaos, like
Yeah.
fucking shit flying everywhere and just things going to the trash cans.
Everybody
And then by the
checking
time I'm
everything.
done, she turns around and everybody's like, smoke break.
Yep.
No.
Smoke break, smoke break, smoke break.
Everybody get the fuck out. All right.
Right.
Later.
That way we don't have to worry about her seeing us wash our hands
Yeah.
or anything.
Any of that. That way you, and the reason chefs do that, and we've worked at places where they did that, you know what I'm saying? As soon as health inspector came in, every employee just had to go outside. Just stop what you're doing and don't do no more. Turn everything off.
Just bounce.
Just bounce, basically. You know what I'm saying? Don't be caught. Unless you're like in the middle of doing something where you're heating something up, then you got to finish that. Then you're allowed to stay there until you finish heating it up.
That's
But
the
once you're
only
done with
thing you
that
do.
project, that's the only thing you do, right?
It's the only
That's
thing.
the
You're
only
just
thing.
watching a pot
Don't
boil. Like,
start anything else. Don't start anything else. Just do that. Finish that project and then just get out of here. Disappear. We've had restaurants where there was like 7, 8 of us out back that one time.
yeah.
We were out there just like for 30, 45 minutes. And it was killing us though, because we're like, shit, we got things to do. We got prep to do. We got to get ready for dinner service. Now we're all
Mhm.
behind also. So that does kill you because you're like, that's 45 minutes of unproductivity.
Yeah. Where was it? There was a place that like the health inspector was there for so long they stayed during service and just stayed in the expo window and just
Oh,
watched.
wow.
and
Which
just
they're
watched.
allowed to do.
Yeah.
Which they're allowed to do. They can be in there in an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 5 hours, however long they want.
I was
mean, they probably have like a quota, like how many restaurants they have to hit in a day. So that's probably dependent on that.
No, if it's
That-
the
I guess
last
if
one,
they're
they have no
serious-
problem.
If they're serious about that job, yeah, I'd get it. They'd probably just stand there. All right, I don't care what it looks like. I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah. I wanna see
you
how
start
many health
putting your drinks on
violations.
the line. As an
Yeah.
inspector, that's a problem
Yeah.
for me.
Yep.
Yep.
You start
I'm just
doing
gonna stare
how
at
they
you,
cook
which
it,
they
everything
do.
like that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh wait, did you use gloves for that? That's not a hot food. You can't be doing that. Okay, that's the point right
Yeah.
there. Like all that shit
Yeah.
while you're in the middle of the shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
fuck you. It's like,
Yeah. My problem is wash your hands in between glove use. Are you fucking crazy? Have you ever washed your hands and tried to put on latex gloves or any vinyl gloves or
It
any gloves?
sucks.
It's the worst thing in the world.
And you're just gonna, especially the cheap ones, they're just gonna
Yeah.
rip as you try
Yeah.
to put them on.
Yeah, it's the worst
you're
thing.
just nonstop washing your hands. You're spending more time washing
Yeah.
your hands than you are cooking.
That's what I never understood that rule. Like, why would I wash my hands to put on gloves? Like, that makes
I
sense.
think there was a study. I
Especially
would,
if
I would
I
love to
take
find
them
that
off.
again, but
Yeah, there's something with the moisture inside your hands is obviously creating bacteria, and the bacteria that's already on your hands,
Yeah.
and you're creating more bacteria because
you're spreading it to the glove.
Yeah, we're
The moment you put so that makes the gloves
completely
completely pointless because now that you put the gloves on,
Yeah.
all that bacteria is now on the gloves.
Yes and no.
It's
But
not
it protects,
pointless.
I
About
mean,
how
it
you
protects you
put
from the
gloves
like
on them, you know
salmonella
what I'm
on the
saying?
chicken. I get
Yeah.
that stuff.
Hmm.
But it's like if I'm putting it on to protect, the food from my hands, like if I'm picking up lettuce or something like that, and like that's no longer being protected. It's still cross contamination.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think there's no.
Do as I
ease to
say,
me.
not as I do.
I think that's why it should just be a limitation of cross contamination, a controlled environment where you're.
I assume
wiping
that's what it
things
is.
Yeah.
It
down,
can't be
cleaning.
entire elimination.
cannot
of it, 'cause
be
that's
entire
nigh on
elimination.
impossible.
exactly. It's not like we're
Cannot.
spraying everything down with
That's
Purell.
what I'm trying
No.
to say about the washing of the hands. Now, you
Yeah.
should initially wash your hands
Oh yeah.
and then put on gloves. That I believe in,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole.
When you're done, like I like it for like handling like raw food, like raw proteins, especially.
Yeah.
Like using your gloves, wash your hands, put your gloves on, get everything done, whip those suckers off. And honestly, I don't even mind if I've got the time, I'll wash my hands after working with proteins. But if I'm working like guard or something like that, I'm not that paranoid about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, great, I might have used it and then I do this, but I'm like, I'm not contaminating anything unless I go touch that chicken or I go touch
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
As long
okay, let me go
as-
wash.
You're only touching ready to eat foods compared to raw foods. That's
Mhm.
the only difference between washing hands. But
Dude.
I'm still tired.
health inspectors, man, I'll tell you what, they come out of nowhere. They're almost like ninjas. Also,
They are
they're like
ninjas.
ninja helicopter moms. They come out of nowhere and then they just tell you what you're not doing right. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
very few times that you get 100%. I mean,
Yeah, when
A
you
lot
get
of
100,
restaurants do,
those are the
you
cool
know?
ones. Those are like the laid
yeah,
back.
those are the ones that have the right training and they just stay on their employees because employees do what you inspect, not what you expect.
Yes.
So if
I
you have a
mean,
chef that's
yes.
always on you, inspecting you, then you're gonna do that because you're like, I'm tired of hearing this fool.
Our bar has
But-
gotten 100 4 years in a row.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
To the point, I think after your third 100, you go down to 2 inspections a year, and now
One.
one. Yeah, so we're down to
It's
one
always
inspection
2.
a year,
Yeah. It's
or
always
one or
two.
2 inspections a year. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Once you score high enough consecutively, they will do that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is cool. But yeah,
No, I love it.
health inspections. They're fun.
So just don't piss them off because they might
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
No, that is the
I'm
other
showing
thing
up
too.
randomly."
That
for
is the
you."
other
That
thing,
is
though.
one thing. Do not let anybody piss off that health inspector because the moment
Yeah.
they are, everything's automatically on the table.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember I was working at a place and we had salt and pepper like out in like cups and stuff,
Mm.
and they didn't get labeled because it's salt and pepper. We replace that every single day. We use it up. We
Right.
do all that kind of stuff.
Pour it into a paper
Yeah.
cup to pour into the shaker.
It's salt and black pepper. I'm like, what salt and black pepper look like, right?
Yeah.
And the health inspector got pissed, like somebody up front pissed him off or something like that. Somebody said the wrong damn thing. Or, was like trying to make a
And-
point about something and argued.
Yeah.
That's when they become petty.
Yep. And then so
Don't do that.
they get back to
Yeah.
the kitchen and she's just kind of like, okay, you need to label these because how am I supposed to know what they are? Because I'm like, I'm not going to
Salt
argue,
and
but in my head, I'm like,
pepper.
it's salt and pepper.
Yeah.
What if
You don't-
you're?
what do you
what
mean?
What if I was colorblind?
Yeah.
Even I'm colorblind. I know what black pepper
What if I
looks
was
like.
blind?
Okay.
Smell it.
There's no
And if
braille
you're
on this
blind,
cup.
there's no way you're working in the kitchen if you're blind.
I don't know. I
think
feel like
so.
you could. I feel like some
Man.
people could.
Yeah.
I feel like they're, with the.
I think
right
there
people.
are like blind chefs out there that have trained themselves to be able to do that.
Oh heck yeah.
As I've always wondered that. I think I could pretty much, as long as you didn't move my shit around, I could always, because I put everything back to where I know where everything is.
I would prank you so hard.
I
You
know,
would
right?
have to set up that kitchen very specifically, I suppose. But
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
Safety more
Yeah.
than anything.
Yeah. I think they're more like TikTokers and things like that, the home blind chef. I don't know
Well,
if they
one
can
of
work
the,
one
like,
in a commercial
I still hate that
restaurant.
term. TikTokers. I hate
Yeah, I
that.
mean, that's what they are.
TikTokers.
Stop it.
Instagrammers or grammars. And
I'm a millennial, and
Facebookers.
I hate my generation.
I mean,
Eh,
they're just
I
a
don't
generation.
hate you.
Don't
I'm
hate
just
'em.
disappointed in you.
I
I don't know if I would use the word disappointment. I'm not disappointed in them.
I don't understand
no
you as
different
well.
than
That's
our
really
parents
it. I
being
don't-
It's not
disappointed
that
in
I
us.
hate it's not that I hate anybody from my generation or in the new generations. It's just feel like I have officially aged out of like any of the
Absolutely.
stuff that
We
you guys
all
are
do.
talking about.
You do.
Because
Absolutely.
I don't know how to operate Instagram. I don't know how to do this stuff. Like, what is a tweet? I don't know these things.
Now that's bad. You should know how to be able to use technology. You interface with technology on a daily basis, but not using it as a choice.
It's been a choice
Yeah.
for a very long time, but I don't know how to do this. And now everybody's making these videos. There's so many. Everybody does it for no reason. Like the TikTok challenges, all this kind of stuff. They just make a video and post it, and everything's all cool, and they have all these followers.
It's
And I'm
actually
like,
pretty fucking
don't know
easy.
what
You
to
just get
do.
the account, you hit the record button,
Yeah.
and you do
Yeah.
your little
Most of them
videos, and then
aren't
you
good.
post it. Yeah, 100% of them aren't good, but well, not 100%. 90% of them aren't good, but there's
it's just
people out
a
there-
bunch of teenagers
That's it.
dancing.
Yeah,
That's all
Yeah.
I ever see is a
That's
whole
it.
bunch of teenagers dancing
it.
and like I like the kitchen stuff. I like
it
like
does
watching
have a
the
good
kitchen stuff.
algorithm. Yeah, they do have. They have good algorithms. Once you start watching and using it more,
man.
though, you'll
Yeah.
understand. It's
What
like
was it
any
called?
of those Spotify's or YouTubes or anything.
Yeah,
Eventually,
but
it's
I mean,
gonna
I just
start.
even mean like, how do they get more and more followers over and over, build, and then it's just a video of them sitting
Share.
there talking about how their day was, and I'm like, what is so interesting about that? Like, why?
I mean,
what is so
caught your
interesting about
attention.
that?
You watched it for 5 to 10 seconds.
I watched it out of confusion.
Yeah, well,
it was
that works too. I
It's
mean,
kind of
that
like watching
works.
a car wreck and just
It-
being like, oh wow, that's
Exactly.
terrible.
But you still watch.
I am
though.
so sorry.
That's it. That's it. It's
Uh,
human nature. We always want to watch terrible shit. I used to watch American Idol. You know why I watched American Idol? It was for the rejects and the people that were
Oh.
doing terrible at it. That was the best part about American Idol back in
You
the
watched
day.
it for Simon Cowell to rip
Yes,
everyone a
to
new
rip
one.
just because it was hilarious. It was way more funnier and fun and more amusing to
Simon
me.
Cowell was like the mean
Dude,
health inspector
yes,
of
yes,
the fucking
yes,
of
Yes.
singing shows.
Simon Cowell was the Gordon Ramsay of fucking singing competitions.
Oh my god.
There's always that one just chef that'll tear you apart, and it's fun to watch. It's not fun to be that person, but it's fun to watch.
It's puts two pieces of sheet music and like
Yeah.
on either side of their head. You are in a bad song.
Yeah. It's like kids falling down the stairs. It may not be right, but it's funny.
Why is it?
So-
Like
I don't
I
know.
do like watching some of the videos where like, the kids
People
are falling
fall
off the
downstairs,
tricycles
falling
and
off,
stuff
yes.
like that. Like it's
love
the
it.
dark side.
I
of
love
it.
anybody falling down.
You do that a lot.
I
I think that's
probably
why.
just laughing at myself, so it's more of an
Yeah.
inner reflection, a self.
You feel less alone.
Yeah, right. Like I'm not the only one that falls down. I fall down, which there is a video coming soon. We'll show you what I mean by when I fall down.
Oh yeah, that was great.
we got to
was-
post
was
that
a
video
cabin
to
trip, baby.
this right here, because yeah, I fall down. People fall down, and I hope you laugh at it because I know even when I watch it, I still laugh at it. It's
I'm
fucking
thinking
funny.
about it. I'm laughing at it.
I know, right? I don't even know how one falls
So
down
good.
like that.
Like, how do you have a hill in your backyard? I feel like that's just a safety issue
It
for
is.
you.
That's why I want to move to where it's flat land. I'll probably still fall on flat land.
Yeah, but you won't roll as far.
Yeah, that's true. See, it's more of just falling and staying there.
It's like you. Oh,
It'll
I
be
can stop.
easier for the rescue party to find me Where was he last seen? In the middle of the grass.
You got to mow your lawn, dude. Couldn't
Yeah, right.
find you for
I
like
mowed
3
it.
hours.
I mowed it.
I know.
Did that today.
Oh.
Oh man,
That was fun.
Where is it at?
But
This is what. So this have you seen what's it called? TikTok NPCs.
I don't know what I heard
of
about it, but I don't know what it is.
is.
Tell you
either.
what,
I've heard of it.
I'm like,
but
what is this?
I don't know what it
This
is.
this
I
is
don't want to
what
sound
gets
like
me.
I don't know, but I don't know.
This is what gets me about this whole thing.
That's not real. Oh, I hate this shit. I
What?
have seen this. It's the
What in
most, and they just keep repeating things.
They just keep repeating.
It's
They're,
so
they're
annoying.
NPCs.
the reason for this?
So it's not a real person.
No, that's a real person.
So what's an
And look-
NPC then?
non-playable character.
You see the way that she's just repeating like stuff that people.
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
Why are so many people
So it's
liking
a
it?
non-player character.
She's acting like
But I
an
thought
NPC.
those were like NPCs were like paintings and
But
things like that.
Is this where our generation has gotten us that we
Yes.
literally want to stop existing to the point that we've just turned ourselves into non-playable? Like, I no longer participate in this world. I am just going to be a robot.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
think they're
no,
robots.
because
I think
she's
they're
making
aliens.
loads of money.
That's what
Yeah.
I don't get. Why is this so interesting?
I don't
they're
think she would do
aliens.
it if people weren't paying
They're
her to do it.
aliens.
So
I
I don't blame her for making that kind of content
I'm not
because
I'm not
people
mad
want to
at
throw
her.
money at her. That's
Look,
fine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at her for it. I'm
Make
just saying
bank.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it either.
That confuses me.
I
It's
watched
got to
that,
be a
but-
sexual thing, right?
I feel like it
It's
because
gotta
look
be
at
a
her. I mean,
sexual
she's
thing.
like it's completely made up. She's
There's got to
dressed
be
up like
some
that. I mean,
form of
come on.
entertainment out of it, but I don't get the form of entertainment that people are getting out of it. I could see how somebody could be sitting on their keyboard being like, say coconuts and bananas, and this dumb, I don't want to say that.
It might be
okay.
like an ASMR
Yeah,
This
thing
not,
too.
they're not
person
dumb if they're making that much money.
Yeah,
apparently.
Again, yes, I retract
You give
that.
the people what they want.
My generation would have been like this dumbass, but this person's not a dumbass. This person's making loads of money, so congratulations.
Yeah.
I
But
think that's why we judge so harshly,
this
is because we
person
used to
will do
think of them as dumbasses, and now
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
they're not, though.
So
They're not.
we're the dumbasses.
We are the dumbasses now because we aren't making any money. Should I just sit here and start
Yeah.
jiggling my tits around and just
Yeah,
I've got some now.
Say
I think I'll get
coconut
the A
bananas.
cups. I mean, let's go.
right.
God, there's a great one. This
Not
dude,
to say that it's all sexual either. I'm sorry. There are people
No.
out there with some really great content. Like there are some.
I'm sure.
that's
That's not though.
not.
That was obviously very much
It's
meant
just
to.
look. You can sell out and you can make money, or you can have integrity, and
Yeah.
just
I'll
not
take
make
I
it.
feel-
integrity for 200.
I feel like also the whole NPC thing, if it is being sexualized anyway, it's dangerous in my opinion because it dehumanizes these
I went to
people.
look for that video, and the first thing that popped up
Right?
was like 6
Yeah,
videos
I
on
don't know.
Pornhub.
Yeah. Like seriously, it's like
Just
I feel
saying.
like why are you participating in the
Just saying.
dehumanization of your own gender when there's this whole movement about this? Like that's why we have the Me Too movement.
I don't know. I
Y'all
would
have
rather
the
my
Me Too
daughter do
movement-
that
movement.
than OnlyFans, though. So
yeah,
I would rather
I
like
mean, maybe,
the
but
kids do that dumb shit.
I don't
than-
mind sex workers. I don't mind sex
I
workers.
mean,
I don't think that's a bad
I don't
thing
think
either.
anybody
No,
ever
none of it's
has.
work.
Yeah.
It's work.
I just don't know. Like I think like things like that though, because like with sex work, there's like you can still treat them like people. Like
Or not.
You're
Or
doing
not.
well, depends
Depends on what you pay for.
Same thing with people on the internet. It's you can always
Yeah.
have people that are not like the. I think like the difference is the Me Too movement existed in a world where you didn't have power. Like you were trying to give power to people that didn't have it in industries where they were kind of powerless unless someone stood up for them. If you're on the internet and you're kind of doing your own thing, you have the power to do or not do. And if people want to
Yeah.
hate on you,
Yeah, you can.
I mean, they can hate on you, but they can't stop you from
Yeah,
doing.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know, and granted, I'm not the right person to make definitive statements on this subject. I'm just what an observation from someone that doesn't really engage with either kinds of content.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. I have an opinion about it, but if that's their choice, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say no. You can't do that,
Absolutely.
and I'm not gonna tell you that you're a bad person for it. Like, hey, that's your life.
Yeah, that's just the old man on the hill. Like, I don't like this.
I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go back in my home and
I'm
just watch
confused and
CNN.
aroused. Stop it.
I don't know. I just don't get that kind of stuff.
It's like the first time I saw Evil Dead and the vines are wrapping around that lady's titty as it goes to murder her. It's like, I can't look away. Young me is confused, scared, feeling things. Mostly fear.
Fear boner.
Oh hell.
That's how horror turns into its own like fetish complex.
Oh my gosh.
Which more power to you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Okay,
Sit
I'm
on
not
me,
okay.
my queen.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, going
We
too
have
far.
derailed this whole thing about health inspectors to the point that now we are talking about.
I mean,
you know,
I can think of
getting
something else
turned
they can
on by
inspect.
Yeah.
that gigantic, sexy Amazon vampire.
We killed 5 minutes. We killed 5 minutes.
Literally killed it. That was.
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
Killed it. I mean, we could derail some more if you
No.
want. I mean, all right, you go ahead. I don't have anything else to
I
really
haven't
add to health
really-
inspections.
Yeah. I don't know either. Like,
you don't
I
know
haven't actually
anymore?
added anything.
Oh no, you.
you guys.
I get a little bit.
confuse the
But
shit
y'all
out
deal
of
with
me.
health inspectors way more than front of house does. We don't have any
Oh,
food up front.
yeah.
Ice is food, to be fair.
Yes.
It
Ice is
counts.
considered food, so like the way you
Yes.
store it, the way you move it.
Yes.
Fruit has to be like labeled and dated.
Oh yeah.
Juices and containers.
Well, there's like a lot of risks and things like that that can happen. Like, you know, especially like I think we had like a mold problem at one point, where it's like because nobody had checked underneath something, and it was
Yes.
just like lots of mold, and it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, thank God we opened that cabinet.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
So all that has to
Yeah.
be cleaned out because it's a lot of moisture and
Yep.
Oh yeah.
connected to the
Yeah.
the cooler, which is blowing cold air, but it's still like a moist air. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
that whole thing.
I once heard about somebody too trying to basically they had the walk-in, and instead of buying a cooler, what they did was they just basically like hollowed out one of the walls and tried to use the walk-in as the cooler for the outside. So they made like this like makeshift cooler outside the walk-in by trying to use the walk-in's air cooler, but it doesn't work that way. Like that thing
No,
is
it
sealed for a
Yeah.
reason. So it's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But like things like that, I feel like that's something that like if a health inspector were to walk in and see that, I feel like they would
That's
probably
when you're
get
like,
you on
yeah,
that.
get this shit out of here. What the fuck y'all doing?
And yeah, you're just leaking cold air from another
Yeah.
source that's not the door that is
Yeah.
sealed properly for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a creative solution, but it's one of those things
Yeah.
where it's like, unless you knew exactly how that
it's-
works,
That's a reach.
you
on
probably shouldn't be doing
creativity.
that.
That is a reach.
The bar's not nearly as bad, especially when it comes to like beer lines, because you have companies that come in and clean the beer lines for you. They
Yeah.
will clean the key heads that go into kegs. You're gonna pour your beer a little bit when you first pour it anyway to like clear that line
Yeah.
out. So the
Some
beer's gonna be
places will even
fresh.
clean out your ice machines and stuff for you, but
Yeah, you got to burn your ice wells.
Yeah.
You've got safety protocols, so like if glass breaks or if anything gets in the ice well, you're supposed to burn the ice well,
Absolutely.
clean it out, sanitize it, and you need to do that anyway because when ice sits
Yeah.
in those wells, you get that like clear, viscous, jizzy goop that fills the
Yeah,
line
it's
and
jizzy
causes it
kid.
to back up.
Yeah.
I don't know what causes that with ice, but I know it happens, and it's all of a
That's-
sudden you go to reach in and there's just like a pool of water the ice is sitting in. And you don't know how long it's been that way.
you should not be
so
doing that.
That's gross.
Yeah. No, I
No.
don't. I don't.
You got to clean. You got to clean.
Yeah, definitely.
Burn your ice wells, run hot water down them, do it. Stop it.
Definitely.
You will have to do it at some point if you don't.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Don't leave it for the next person.
No.
Bite you.
That's another thing too. Since we were talking about like the whole maintaining kitchens and maintaining for health inspectors and shit, it's like
Yeah.
no, don't hot potato things. Like there are so many people out there that I've met. Like this is, I think, a mentality everybody at some point in their career gets into.
Yeah.
The whole like, I'm having a day. I'm just gonna let them worry about this. Oh, I'm gonna go over here and do this real quick. I know somebody will get to that. And then the other person will walk in and be like, okay, I don't feel like doing this right now. I'm gonna let somebody else work. And then it just never gets done.
Just never
Yeah.
gets done.
And I know we've all heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen it. We've all had the
We've
same
all done that.
conversations with chefs
Yeah.
and with our managers.
Yeah.
So I
Come on, y'all.
it's stop it.
It's like cleaning. It's like doing your laundry. You just once you start it, you'll get
Yeah.
it done.
yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you just got to start it. Start it, do it. You'll be done. It doesn't take long. Generally, I mean,
About
like
to say, I was like, my washer dryer ain't that good, man. It took me like 2 hours to do a load.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's about right though. It's what takes
That's what I'm
me to
saying.
mine.
do smaller loads.
Do small.
No, it just.
I don't do small loads.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's gonna take you a while. You're doing big loads. You making it work?
But it's a once a week thing instead of a twice a week thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
With my work schedule right now, mine has become like almost a nightly thing where it's like I have to get at least a load done or even just try to get the clothes I'm going to wash tomorrow done because it's like I usually don't stop. Mondays, I finally get a little bit of time, so I get a little bit caught up. But like today, what I'm probably going to do is after this, I got to go back to work.
How many outfits are you wearing in a day, bro?
Not many.
It
I'm
was
just saying. I'm
Monday,
running.
like 3 days, 2
I
days
don't wear a
ago.
lot of clothes. I'm not
You
that
could
guy.
wear
Look at
2
where I'm
pairs of
dressed right
pants and
now.
2 shirts.
This is who I am as a person.
Hey,
That's
I have-
a major decision.
I have
for
like
me.
5 outfits, okay, and that's it.
yeah.
If
Oh,
I'm
trust me.
exercising and sweating a lot, I'll go through like 3 outfits in a day,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
especially during the summer. Because like I wear
Yeah.
one thing, I exercise. Like if I'm just at home, I'll just wear like underwear and go.
Yeah.
But even then, it just depends. If I'm gonna go to the gym, I gotta wear clothes.
Yeah.
And if it's like shorts and a shirt, I'm gonna sweat through it because I get sweaty fast. And then my wife will very quickly, babe, I love you. Stink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Put on deodorant, so much deodorant.
So much.
Does not. It fights it. Just that musk. That musk cuts right through.
Oh, that's like so much deodorant.
So much.
So much deodorant. Getting poisoned with all those chemicals.
Well, yes.
Oh,
But
dang it! I had something else I was gonna say too. What it was? Whatever.
yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like I'm not walking into like work like dirty all the damn time. I'm like not a heathen.
What? Yeah.
Hey, I work in a kitchen. I
you
have
ever
to
work
be
with
clean.
somebody who has bad hygiene?
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked with not bad hygiene, but I've
Oh,
worked with
man.
a few people with like real bad halitosis.
Yeah. Oh
Mm.
shit.
Yeah, those people very quickly
Yeah.
move up to management. They don't last as servers and bartenders very long.
They always end up in management. Like, why are they forward facing? People like walk up to a customer, it's like, "How are you doing?" And just like the
Oh.
entire table is just like,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they're the ones who are like, hey, we need you to go handle this table, or this person's a problem, or can you go? Oh yeah. They're like, sure, I'll go talk to them. And they're like, I'm so sorry, I'll go. Just
Yeah. Right. Stop talking.
I gotta get out of this conversation.
Never mind. I don't want to complain no more.
Yeah, he's just got a debuff field around him.
It's like, do as I say, or I'll keep talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be nice if that was a health inspection violation?
No.
You could always blame like, well, you got bad hygiene. That's a health code violation, which it should be. I don't know how to explain. I think if
don't
it's
know.
bad enough, I think it
There
will
are
be.
certain things that are like that.
Yeah.
Like if you
Trim
have hair that's long
fingernails,
enough,
hairs, things like
you have to
that,
have your
yeah.
hair up. You have
Yep.
to have rings can't be on. You can't have bracelets, things
bracelets.
like
Is
that.
that just
that,
the back
yeah.
of house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they can collect bacteria. So like, you're not supposed to wear a watch, bracelet. You're allowed your wedding ring, but I do the silicone one because it's a lot less for bacteria to get trapped in that.
Yeah, and you still wash like even in front of house, like we're washing our hands all the
Oh,
time.
all the time.
I got to move my rings out of the way to like wash into there and
Yep.
dry it and then put it
Yep.
back.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's irritating too. 'Cause you'll grab a bottle and you'll just hear.
Yep.
I like flip the bottles around and catch them, just clink, 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 clink. Someday I'm gonna end up cracking it'll never
yeah.
be as cool as that glass that we got off the patio with that
Dude,
perfect hole in
I
it.
want to know how that
You should have
happened.
brought that glass.
I should have.
Damn it.
Dude, this glass broke in like the coolest way possible. It was like, you couldn't even tell really what it was, but it's like this tiny bit of it at the very bottom just went like, it looked like it just
Just like shaved,
shaved off.
It's like
and it left this perfect hole into the glass, the bottom of it.
Huh.
And it was so discreet that it was just like, the only reason why they even noticed it was because like Ashley went to go pick it up and like her pinky went into the hole. And it was
almost cut her.
like
Yeah.
almost
Oh,
cut her.
shit.
But it was just like if she hadn't grabbed it that way, she would have
Yeah.
poured something into that and you just see it like just
Just that
pissing
beer
out the
coming out.
bottom, just like
That would have been great.
That would have been great, though. That would have been a good.
But it looked so cool. It was like so trippy. It had like the little waves. You could see how like, it looked like it was shaved off or burnt off almost.
Yeah.
It was
Huh.
crazy.
Like
it
someone
looked
started
like
making a bong out of a
blowtorch.
glass and just didn't finish.
Yeah,
finish.
like it looked like a blowtorch was taken to it. It was
Oh,
crazy.
Wow. Wow. You guys found that in the dish machine? So maybe
Yeah.
the heating element did.
It
'cause
made
there's
its
those-
way inside, so no one. It made its way all the way to the disc machine, but it never got onto the shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
if
There
it
was a
in
bunch-
the heating. If it was in the dish machine, though, it could have been touching one of those heated coils. Actually, just the randomness of that. That'd be if you, like the way you
I don't know.
described it, how it like melted off because glass will.
No, not that. Well,
And those things
because
get
the
pretty
pint
hot.
glasses are treated glass,
yeah.
so that when they break, they don't leave. They break clean. So,
So
it,
you
it
can't
takes
remelt
force.
a glass.
Not from a dish machine,
Not
Mm-mm.
what kind of
because
heating
there's also
element could I
safety
use?
features on the dish machine, so that if you were to reach in, you can't grab anything that could burn you. The water might be hot, but none of the components inside would be hot enough to burn you.
That's not true.
Well, I mean, the metal spinner that's
'Cause they get up
that's
to
got the
180
hose, that
degrees.
can
They
get
have
hot.
to get up to 180
But like
degrees.
like the heating coils,
yeah,
because there's no heating coils. It's hot water coming from the water tank. There's nothing
not
heating
always.
the water.
It can be
Not
both,
for ours
depending
don't
on-
have
You
heat.
guys have this the high.
It comes straight
what is
from
it,
the
high
hot water
temperature
heater.
water.
Because
Yeah,
if our hot water heater goes out, which it
Yeah.
has in the past, that water does not get hot.
yeah, it does
at all.
not. Yeah.
That's
okay.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are you using to wash your dishes? Like, I'm just wondering, because if you got like exposed heating coils in there, I feel like you're cooking in like the 20s or something.
No. Well, I'm talking about
Like, why are
the
they exposed?
coils that are
Like
the
a
heating
toaster oven
coils.
converted
Yeah,
into
like
a
a toaster oven
dishwasher?
coils. Yeah. I've
I
seen
don't
them on
think you
dish
would want to have
machines.
water around those coils though, because electricity has to go.
They
through
don't
those
come
coils.
on. There's different switches for it, and
Right.
I know this for a fact because I was
may be
helping
dumb as hell.
a dish machine guy fix the problem one time, and the elements were working backwards. Like he put it on backwards. I always did that shit.
I've never seen a salamander turned into a dishwasher before.
Oh, I have. I
That-
have. I'm trying to think. They don't have them anymore.
It's kind
but
of like
they
if we
used
just
to
turn the
have 'em.
water off and just hit the wash button on there, we could just like melt the cheese on the top of a pizza or something. Cook a pizza in that bitch.
I mean,
Technically, you probably could.
Very slowly. It's 180 degrees, so
that'd be cool though.
Yeah, it's very slowly, but yeah.
now we have to find one of those. Turn off the water, like disconnect the water, but have the electricity set up so that let's see if
Yeah.
we could turn this dishwasher into an oven.
I mean, yeah. If you found one of those old school ones with the heating element still in them, yeah.
Let's find it. If anybody's got one out there, DM us.
Yeah.
We want to do this, please.
We need to find. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
We got some waivers for you to sign.
Would
before you
that
send it
be
to
health
us.
code violations?
I'm
or
not
are
gonna
we?
do this to serve for people. I just want to see if I can turn a freaking dishwasher into a functional oven.
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, people have cooked meat in a dishwasher.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen.
It's almost like sous vide,
Yeah.
just way less consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized I didn't do this on purpose, but I framed that camera perfectly so that poster in the background is like sitting right between you two.
Check out the
Nice.
butts.
Yeah. Right.
Butts. They're beautiful. All butts. Love butts.
There's some boot tag.
I like pork butt.
Yeah, I ain't
cool,
got
cool.
much more on health inspectors other than ninja helicopter moms, and I love them all, but they scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And it's a necessary evilness. Trust me, I understand. I'm not one of the people that are like, oh no, health inspectors, I don't know why they exist. I know exactly why they
Yeah.
exist. Because if there wasn't, y'all motherfuckers would be some dirty ass
Oh,
bitches.
dude, yeah.
That's the only reason you can get employees to clean sometimes. You gotta threaten them. Man, we gotta clean. The health inspector's showing up. You ever say that
Yeah,
shit?
That's what it takes.
That's what it takes, bro. You gotta like almost like lie. Hey, health inspectors do any day.
You're not gonna listen to me. You'll listen to the person that'll
Yeah.
take away your job.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I gotta take away your shifts now.
Yeah,
Cost us some points.
yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
they are completely necessary. And
They are.
It's
Yeah,
one of those
they need to be
professions. It's a profession I feel like kind of like it just gets a lot of flack too because they are kind of like the enemy, but they're not.
They're
It's
not,
like
yeah.
they're doing their job. And
They're
they're
there
trying to
for
help
public safety.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because there are places that absolutely need that regulating.
Yes.
No,
Because
yeah.
they are going to get people sick, and they
Oh,
need
yeah.
to come in and hopefully catch it
Oh,
before
yeah.
people get sick.
And especially
Yeah.
depending on like what you serve type stuff. Like you have to have
Yeah.
waivers to serve certain foods
Yeah.
a certain
Oh,
way.
yeah.
So it's like if they come in and you're preparing something a way that you probably shouldn't be doing in that
You know
environment.
What else though is like
That's their job to be like, you're gonna hurt somebody. Don't do that.
Yeah.
who is the scientists that are coming up with these things though? You ever think about that too? How do they get their job? Because there's somebody who writes the rule book. There's somebody
whoever
who
does
writes the
serve
rule
safe.
book, and then there's somebody who has to go out and enforce that rule book. Who are those people?
Contribute
Again,
to your local politicians.
if you guys know
You
any
too
of these
can get a
people,
position of
please
power-
send them
power and
my way.
authority.
I have so many questions for the health inspecting entity
Yeah, like I
because it just exists. It always has existed since I've been
Well,
in
it's ServSafe.
restaurants. Yes, I understand that's
I think it's
but
fragmented because
like,
a lot of
again-
What I
different
mean.
entities.
where does it
so,
all
like-
come from? We just know it exists. That's it. You
But
just
it's
know
like
it exists.
regulatory bodies where because the government doesn't have regulatory bodies for everything.
Well, actually,
So
I guess,
they'll have an overview and they'll go, "Hey, you need to have ServSafe for your manager. So we're going to rely on this third-party company, ServSafe. You get their certification, and now you're eligible for this permit. Or
to do
you-
this
if you wanna
job
serve
that's
alcohol,
in a
you need-
government
yeah, well,
facility entity.
they're essentially saying we're not going to test you. You're going to go do that through a third-party company. As long as you
Yeah.
have that, we'll give the city
so
gives
the
you
government
approval.
just contracts that portion of it out.
Yeah.
But then I guess so that company has to hire the scientists and hire all the people.
unless
and
ServSafe is an actual government entity. I'm not sure
it
actually.
I don't
might be
believe
the
so.
Illuminati, bro. I
Most
just
of
don't
them
even
are.
know.
Not okay.
Because how the fuck do you even join that?
There'd be an issue there if the government's charging you to take a class and they decide the rules and they sell you the permit
Yeah,
that
they
you have to
can't.
have. There's a
Yeah.
conflict of interest there,
Yeah.
I would
What
think.
do you call the DMV?
Well, the DMV,
Yeah.
well, like the
Oh,
Department of
yeah.
Right, that's a good
But
point.
the DMV, but the DMV
Right?
has no control over automotive shops. They don't have any
Yeah.
control over
I guess that's
manufacturers.
why it's called
That's
a
an
privilege,
entirely
not-
different government entity. And while they work together, you can't have too much power overlay. It does happen, but that's the
Yeah.
idea.
That's the idea.
Is you don't give too much power. You can't tell someone what they can drive and where they can get it fixed. I mean, if you buy a Tesla, only Tesla can fix it. But you as a consumer have the
Then
choice to go
why
buy
is
any other
only
car.
ServSafe the only one? How come there's not another company
There's
out there?
not. There's like 3 different. There's more than ServSafe.
Really?
So like when I
You ever
go
heard of them?
when I go
What
get
are
I
they?
think it's
Figure
a
'em
kind
out.
of regional too, isn't it? Like, because I mean, like I've only
they're,
ever
yeah,
had
they're
to
not
use
all going to be
ServSafes.
available everywhere. But like in Georgia, if I go get my alcohol pouring permit in the city we work in,
Yeah.
we have to complete an alcohol safety course.
Yes.
Right now, I can go through ServSafe, Tips, and there's another one.
Just the tip.
There's 3 that I'm aware of. But I can get a certification through any one of those, and I have to present that completed course sheet saying, "Hey, I completed my this certification.
certification.
I understand the impacts of alcohol and how to serve safely and how to look for the
Yeah.
warning signs and how to cut off a customer and how to do all these things. And then I can get my pouring permit."
Yeah.
And that's good for 3 years.
That's
Before I have
nice.
to pay before I have to actually pay for that test and do the whole course again.
Yeah.
Because laws do update and they want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to
Yeah.
answer your question, what I think to get back to like what your original question was, I think it kind of works the same way as like textbooks. So it's like ServSafe kind of like because they have the book, and so it's kind of like they kind of get all the new information. They like I was talking about the studies like with the gloves and stuff like that. They kind of accumulate that. I bet there's like a team of writers that kind of get together with
Yeah.
all the new information, and then like because like they update the book annually.
But who are these people though? Where are they at?
They probably
And
work for
how
ServSafe
did they
somewhere.
even
They
get
might be
that
working
job?
remotely. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
They're probably at home on like their laptop, just like.
Yeah. I'm just saying I've never met one. Never
I mean,
came
there's
across
just-
one in
it's-
my travels.
Oh no, they're gonna be off in a corporate office somewhere. They're not gonna be in
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
restaurant.
They're
but,
not going to be the
like,
one teaching the class.
And they're talking to the government. So like if you have to go take a course, they have to work with the same people that are doing the discovery for updated information, and then talk to the local municipality and go, here's what the updated stuff is, and then the government, whoever that body is like, all right, here's the requirements. Here's what you have to teach for people to be compliant.
Mhm.
So they have to have this back and forth, and so they would probably only update it every 3 years, but that process
Okay.
takes so much time that
Again, I understand how to get the job.
you just want to
don't-
know where these people are.
Yes,
I
just
don't
wanna
know.
where
Why
they
are you so
are.
obsessed with the location of everybody? Are you going to go
Not
find them?
the location of them,
It's
just like
like-
the career path in that. It's the starting point for me for that. You know what I'm saying? It's how did you get to this point in your life? How come you've never ran to somebody at the bar, or you've never met a stranger or been somewhere and be like, oh, what's your job? I'm a health inspector. What the fuck? That's weird.
That might be
Where
because they
are
might be
they
like
at?
traumatized.
Yeah,
They
I
might be
guess
like,
A lot of health inspectors just go out and rate restaurants and then go
Just
home.
to
Do
never
they
go
have
out.
friends? Do they
Do they
have
go
any
out?
friends? Has anybody ever been a friend with a health inspector? Do health inspectors have friends or
Why
a
are you
social
acting
life?
like just because you don't know one, they don't exist? It's
I
almost like-
know.
People have
it's like,
social
I
lives?
know they
we
exist.
will them into the existence as
Yes.
they enter the restaurant.
I want to know where they come from. Are they just like born into the life of
What?
food?
We're not breeding health inspectors.
I mean,
a
what if like
government
your
breeding
mom
program
was a
for
health inspector,
inspectors.
so then you have to become a health. You have to know somebody to become a health inspector, or can you just become one?
Dude, yes, you can just become one.
Okay, prove it then. I want to talk to somebody about this. I'm sorry.
I mean, I to be fair, I have no idea how to get a job like that.
Yeah, there's no
Becoming
application.
a garbage man for a city sounds a lot easier than
Yes.
becoming a health inspector.
Yes.
Or
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I think like the most of the career path, you don't even, I don't think, have to be like in the industry for that long.
Name one other government job that you don't know where you go to get it. Post office, you go to the post office. If you want to be in law enforcement, you go to the police station. You want to be a firefighter, go to the firefighter station. But a health
fire station.
but the health inspector is like, where the fuck? Where do you go?
The fire
You
fire
know?
station.
That's what it is, right? It's a firefighter. They're firefighters. They have a station. They have a home base.
let's see, who governs health
It's not called the
inspectors?
policeman station.
I mean, it
It's
could be.
not called-
It's the popo station. It's the police station. I mean, however how you want to say it, you know, but they're firefighters, dog. If you want to be an ambulance, I guess the ambulance is not a government job. Okay.
EMTs?
Trying to think of no, they work for the
I
hospitals.
don't know. Do they work for the hospitals? Because I know they get moved around
Which
sometimes.
governments pay for hospitals and shit like that too, but still. Well, there's
Uh,
all those federal government regulations.
I don't know, actually. There's a lot of independence in hospitals, actually.
And I guess, in other ways to think about it, like health inspectors to us are as what OSHA is to like the
So,
labor force.
Eagle State College's.
Oh, you have to go to college for it.
I'm looking at Eagle State College.
Okay.
According to their page, you would ideally start your career by earning a medical assistant diploma.
For health inspectors.
So health inspectors also cover other area, like other industrial sectors. So gas and oil, petroleum and coal, natural gas, computer systems and
Oh.
design, pipeline transportation. So it's not just food, it's health governing every other part of you. So
Y'all do a lot.
environmental health.
So I wonder if the ones who have to inspect
like
the
that.
restaurants are like the low ones, like the dishwashers of the
Yeah,
health
do you have to
inspectors.
specialize
You
in
have
it?
to,
Or
like,
do you
yeah.
do
You would
multiple?
probably need more of them, and they probably get paid less
Yeah.
compared to someone that works in
Yes.
a industry that is more
What's
concentrated.
the average
Yeah.
pay for a health inspector?
Just from what I have right here. Now these aren't for food safety though. So like pipeline transportation of crude oil, average hourly is $60. Average
That's
salary is
enough.
$124,000.
That's not
Pretty good
bad.
job.
That's not
pretty good
bad.
job, yeah.
On the low end, natural gas distribution is $49 to $50.
Again, I'm not getting one of these jobs. These
Okay.
are
This is
government
not for
jobs, and they
food.
drug test for that. So I'm definitely out of that.
I'll do
one.
it.
Yeah, you're good.
I wouldn't mind. I'll go back
Yeah.
to school for this if I can make more
Right?
money.
There you go. You want a way out of the restaurant, but to elevate there's your
There
out
you go.
right there.
That's one of my career choices I can go into.
All
There you
right.
go. So I'm gonna go.
Then I'll know somebody who's a health inspector.
And
Do
then
that.
I can be a
That'd
friend.
be a great-
you can be
yeah.
the friend of a health
And then
inspector.
I can tell people that I know a health inspector.
There you go. They're
I
not.
can't wait for this.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's get a GoFundMe page, put Zach through college to get his health inspection career started.
There we go.
If you're in agreement with this, I'm just saying. Or hit the link below and like donate money.
Yeah. Joke's on you though.
What?
I actually was born in a tube.
Oh,
I was bred for this. I'm actually a part of a government breeding program. This has
You're-
been my destiny my
what,
whole life.
You like a sleeper cell fucking food
Exactly.
inspector?
You just activated me by saying the right. The
Yes.
firefighter station was my activation word.
Firefighter. Just saying.
Okay, so here's a little bit better. They are public health inspectors are frontline members of government health departments who monitor business and public facilities to enforce local, state health regulations.
So is that where they go to clock in? Do they go to the health department? Again, I just want to know.
Health inspectors, often called environmental health specialists,
Mm.
vary according
Uh-huh.
to education, experience, and location.
Yes.
Most require a bachelor's degree in public health or science, and may also need state certifications in public health laws and compliance, with a median
Okay.
salary of $73,000 a year
Damn.
from
All right, Zach.
from
there you go.
2022.
So all I
Give
need to
some
do is get a
bread.
bachelor's degree, people. Let's go.
Let's go.
Bachelor's
All
degree
right.
and most likely
At like a community
state
college?
certification.
It sounds like
That's
a community.
fine.
You can go to like a community college too and get that shit,
Maybe.
bro. You ain't even
For
gotta
public
go to
health?
a good one.
All right.
Hey, he just said something about Eagle something or whatever.
But it seems
Eagles
like
twice.
Yeah.
you may
If
not.
You're an Eagle Scout. You
yeah,
made it.
Eagle Scout. I know, right? If you did Eagle Scouts, also you could be a health inspector. I bet
But
you.
it seems like you may
you think
not
Girl
only
Scouts
do
became
food.
health inspectors?
You may be required to say, hey, you may have food for this period,
Yeah.
and now you're going to go do water test and monitoring.
Yeah.
Or
Cool.
Because there's also
vector
health
disease
inspectors for
monitoring.
like
Cool.
Lay's potato
So
chips.
you
that
might be
people
like,
do at
hey,
factories.
there are trucks going up and down the highway. We need you to inspect these trucks
Huh.
for how are they packing their food. So if it's just distribution to a local food
Yeah,
market,
yeah,
they
yeah,
come
yeah.
in. Was all the
That
food
has to
packaged
be,
properly?
yeah.
Are you storing food in this grocery store properly? So you may
Hell yeah.
it would make sense you wouldn't just do restaurants. If you have an area like, hey, you have to hit these restaurants, these grocery stores, these gas stations, these facilities,
Yeah.
like certain facilities where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you have an entire quota.
Yeah, 'cause I guess
You have to make
QT
sure.
and all those places that serve hot
Yeah.
dogs, they have to have a health inspection.
I bet
right?
even if they didn't have that section, they would still need to get an inspection because I mean, like they always had the slushy machines. They've
Yeah,
always had like
yeah.
all the food
Yeah.
being stored. They need
Yeah.
to, when people come in, they need to make sure that everything's up to date.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I never thought about it this much.
Yeah, no.
Like this is kind of like
No.
I always just associated with it with restaurants, and now it's
No.
like, whoa,
There's
they're
a lot
everywhere,
more.
man.
They're everywhere.
You can get sick through a lot of different vectors.
Oh, hell
See,
yeah.
there's so many of them, but I still haven't met one.
Yeah. Well,
Just
I don't know.
saying.
Broaden your
If you
horizons.
become a business owner, you would probably deal with them directly. Like they would be like, "Hey, I'm going to be here.
Cool.
You have to be open.
I'm
You
gonna
have to
invite
let
them
me
out
in.
for
I can do
beers.
This job.
Let's
Yeah,
go
it's
out
like,
and
hey
have a
man, when
beer.
you're done with your shift, you want to come back
Yeah.
over here? We
Right.
can have a beer too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're about there. I want to give a quick shout out. I saw my first concert yesterday. Went to go see
Wow.
Pantera. So it was King Pirate, followed by Lamb of God, followed by Pantera for a first concert. That was a fucking awesome experience. My neck hurts so much. A lesson I will learn for the future. I decided to go Cowboy from Hell today.
Yeah,
That was just- it was a
concerts like
beautiful
that are a
show.
young man's
We
game.
finally, he busted his cherry. Now we can take him out to shows.
Was in there,
Nice.
baby. A whole tribute to
Now he's
Dimebag.
hooked.
They did a little ballad, for like a little
Nice.
Stairway to Heaven ballad.
Nice.
Oh,
Middle of
yeah.
the show. Oh, just
Man, how many years has it been since Dimebag now?
Ooh.
Fucking
man,
Yeah, that's been a minute. dude.
2000 and what? Or 99, 99, 2000?
I don't even know. I think it was
It
2000.
was early 2000. It was before. It had to been 2000.
Yeah. Dude, it's been a while, but dude,
2000 yeah,
fuck
it
yeah.
was definitely
Going to see Pantera for
2001.
your first show, that's fucking
It's a
epic.
hell of a show,
I
brother.
mean, it was. I mean, it. In hindsight, for a show like that, I'll probably bring. I've got these little like eargasm plugs, what they're called, but they're just like sound dampening. Because like halfway through the show, they would, they'd bring the music down, or like going from Lamb of God
He's
to Pantera.
old.
I was just like,
you're old when the
what the
music's too loud.
well, it wasn't that. It was just like I could, near the end of the show, like I could begin to feel like this is starting to hurt.
Yeah.
Because we were
I have
in
calluses
the,
built up in my
in the
ears.
orchestral section, so like the speakers are right fucking here.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Pantera had a whole
Hell
other
yeah.
line of speakers
Hell
behind them.
yeah.
And it was just, I mean, you could feel it. It
Yes.
was great.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And the
Yeah.
pyrotechnics, just like
That's
a
the
fireball
fucking
in your
shit,
face.
bro.
Oh, it was
That's it.
great.
That's it.
That's it.
But yeah, you
That's-
made the right decision actually doing
Yeah.
what you're doing. Like, he's over here telling you, like, oh man, well, you're getting old. Like, no, you're making the right decision.
I want to protect my hearing for when I'm older.
Because we went to shows and we
And
didn't
I've-
wear
yeah, I've
earrings,
never-
and now we go to shows and like we don't need to worry. It's not that loud. It's like it's actually is that loud. We're
Probably,
just deaf.
Probably just deaf.
We just drove ourselves.
You
to
can
Yeah.
be
feel,
deaf.
I can feel it. I can
okay.
feel it like in my teeth. I can
Yeah.
feel my
That's
crowns
okay.
like shaking.
I'm hoping by the time I'm like 80, I'm just completely deaf, and that way I can just be like, I don't speak no
I don't
more.
need to see shows anymore.
Yeah.
I can just
I don't need to hear what you're saying.
Wow. Just, I can ignore the world
Right.
finally.
Yeah.
I have an excuse.
Yeah.
Sean, why aren't you listening
Huh?
to me?
So Sean
What?
Sean plans on not doing any more podcasting by the time he's 80 is what I'm hearing.
Yes, I hope I'm not doing podcasts by the time I'm 80, bro. I'm gonna be definitely chilling by then. I hope I'm in a nursing home, one of those like assisted retirement living homes. Those things are getting nice, bro. They
I
got,
don't
like,
know which ones you're
games.
looking at, but
Oh,
Yeah.
the ones like around here and stuff like that. I went and
That's
visited
Woodstock,
my.
dude.
you got to have that.
Well-
You got to have retirement money
That's true.
because
That's true.
It is not free. You
It's
can-
like 3,000 to 4,000 a
40,000 a
month.
year.
Yeah. That's a little more
It's
than
not
yeah.
for a
yeah.
good one, for a
Yeah,
nice
for
one.
a nice one.
You want to go?
That's
like,
what I'm
especially
saying.
down
For a
in
nice
Florida,
one, bro, I'll pay for it. Why not?
you gotta work. We gotta work your asses off to have
Oh,
that.
I got
Sit
that.
on your ass money.
I
Mhm.
got that. Don't worry. We good.
I don't care. I'll
Retirement has
I'll
been
just
built up.
bust into your fucking hospice and I'll just like run up
Right?
to you
Come
with like a
visit me,
microphone.
bro.
You'll be deaf as fuck, and I'm just like in your face with a mic, like, "What's up, Sean?
still
I haven't
remember
seen you in a
me,
minute."
right?
Yeah, I remember you. You remember me?
I'm gonna be a lot more chill by then, hopefully. We'll see.
Trying to interview you as you're 80 years old, deaf, can't talk, can't see me. You're just
All
like,
It's probably
Oh,
true.
man.
With a joint hanging out of my
yeah.
mouth.
I'm going like I'm
I'm
throwing.
clocking
Like,
out now.
like
I'm
it's
done
a
with this
dark-
We
harassment.
killed it.
all right, have a good night, everybody.
Love y'all. You fucking beautiful motherfuckers.
Ooh, I
Fuck
forgot
yeah.
the camera was over there
Rock
too.
and roll, baby.
Feeling it.
Rock and fucking roll.
The fuck out of here.
Pantera!